Alright, hey guys, welcome to this video. Possibly this probably be the first video in this channel. So here it is. Let's just begin instead of delaying further. So today the topic that I want to talk about is, sorry, just to start very randomly, but today the topic that I want to talk about is one of the questions that I randomly get from friends and different people is that which one is better? Is a CA better or CPA better? Right? It's almost like CA versus CPA, right? And when I say CA and CPA, I'm actually focusing on the Australian CA, Australian New Zealand CA versus the CPA, right? Australian CPA. So, and I'll give you a bit of, I guess, sort of like a rundown, outside of Australia later in this video. So, and I've seen some articles, I've seen some other people answering these questions in a different way, and I've seen some videos as well, some write-ups, whatnot. My approach would be very different, right? I'm gonna be very clear from the very get-go, from the very beginning. I'm gonna give the answer right away. There is no better in between these two, okay? You cannot say CA is better than CPA. At the same time, you cannot say CPA is better than CA. Okay, they're both professional certification. You need to understand they both are professional certification. Okay, they're both equal. There are some differences, which I'll explain a little bit later, but essentially they are actually same. Right? They're actually same. Why am I saying this? The reason is they're both actually targeting the people who want to get into the finance I guess not in the investment side of finance, which you can obviously, but for that you have CFA, which if you guys want me to cover in any videos, I'll make a video on this on CFA. But in the general finance accountancy arena, majority you have either CA or CPA, right? So they're absolutely same. Yes, there are some differences. There are some differences in terms of their exam structure. Obviously, CA probably has right now, I've literally just checked in their website, CA has 9 subjects altogether, so 7 core and 2 electives. And CPA you have, I've also just checked, 4 core subjects and 2 electives, right? So 6. But this is not, I guess, something that you can actually call on that, okay, this is the main, I guess, make or break point. Every single exam that you will have in your life, whether it's university, outside of university, it doesn't matter. They will come with a unique structure, unique exam structure, right? So, just because of this, you cannot actually call, this one is harder than this one is better than this one will give me, an extra boost in my career. Not necessarily. So, my advice, point number 1 is pick whichever one you want to pick. Okay, go to their website, have a look, see what they have, see the exam, see the topics, and if you feel comfortable, first of all you need to be comfortable, right? You don't want to take something that right? You know that you're not super confident and comfortable. So pick whichever one you think you want to do. Time is another thing as well. The fees is another thing as well. The cost. And also, once you complete your CA or CPA, whichever you want to complete, after that you also have to give them the membership fees, right, every single year. So that's also another thing you need to keep in your mind. But again, as I said in the very beginning, these are not, I guess, something that should influence someone's decision, right? Pick whichever one you want to pick, except one point. If I really want to pick one point, that would be, and hear this out clearly, I want to have a very big, I guess, disclaimer. Don't take my word exactly, as is. Take it with a grain of salt. Normally, the big fours, right? Which are the big fours? So you all know, right? So the big four accountancy firm, plus in the chartered, the sort of arena, those companies tend to prefer CA over CPA. Okay, in some cases, when you actually just want to start with the big 4 or big 7, whatever you have in your country, if you're in America, probably the same case as well, or in Canada, they normally tend to accept or prefer CA over CPA. okay, in the beginning of the career, like you just want to have the entry in the Big Four, they would probably prefer. In some cases, I think in some cases they also mandate that you have to have CA. Now, that's probably the only thing I would pick. So if you really want to start your career in the Big Four or in the chartered environment, then I think it would make more sense if you take CA, right? Having said that, does that mean that if you have a CPA, it will literally close your chance or close the scope of you being into the Big Four or in the charter arena? Not necessarily. Actually, not really at all, right? Why? Why do I say this? Sorry for the noise outside. Why do I say this? You might be, okay, so if you take CPA, right? CPA, in some cases, yes, probably you can get into Big Four. In some cases, you might not, because the CA guys will have an extra bit of preference over CPA. But then why would you do CPA? CPA will also help you in terms of going into the industry beside Big Four, right? So Big Four it's not the only, I guess, the only side. The chartered arena is not the only side of the career. You can go into the commerce. You can go into general finance role, in the FP&A role, become an analyst, become corporate finance analyst, and whatever it is, just to begin with, right? So CPA definitely will give you the edge. You can still get into that. Once you sort of build your career, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, 9 years, and if you still want to get into Big Four at that point, once you sort of have your either your CA or CPA, let's talk about CPA. Once you have your CPA and you have built your career, you have 5, 6, 7 years work experience behind you, and you progressed throughout your career. Of course, at that point, you'll probably be able to get into Big Four in a better role, right? You'll probably be able to get into either as a manager, as a senior manager, associate director, so on and so forth. So yes, you can get in, but all I'm saying is, when you start your career, just finished your graduation, right? You just finished your graduation, you want to get into the workforce. At that point, if you want to prefer to get into the Big Four or into the chartered accountancy side, then the CA would be obviously, get extra bit of preference over CPA. Having said that, again, it depends again on the role. In some roles, maybe they will also accept CPA. Also depends. If you get into the interview, and if you also can outperform the CA guys, right, with your knowledge, your technical accountancy, accounting knowledge, then obviously you might actually have a go in the Big Four, or in the chartered industry, right? So these are the only things. So do not get caught into some. The whole, I guess, idea of this video is, if you want to just do it, right? Just do it. You have heard me. You probably have, as you are watching this video, probably you have this sort of dilemma in your mind. You have this sort of confusion in your mind. Do not have this, okay? Again, if you really want to get into the charter, then pick CA. That's easy. Unless you have a different plan, you can always pick CPA, and again, you can always get into Big Four and chartered arena later on in your career. But my advice is just do it. Have a look. Don't ask anyone. Don't do too much analysis and understand this and that and pros and cons. If you really want to do it, then just do it. Go to their website, have CPA open, have CA open, right, and then go and have a look. Pick one, make the decision, pick one, understand all the financial issues as well with this. One might be a little bit cheaper, one might be a little bit more expensive, one might be their membership fees might be a little bit expensive, a little bit less, whatever it is. Have a go, finalize it, and just do it. Book it, do it. That's it. I've seen so many people, they have wasted 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. In fact, some cases they haven't even started yet because they're just confused. They cannot pick one, right? That's the problem. That's the danger. So just pick one. If you really want to get into this, pick one, and you'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be fine, right? Again, all I'm saying is, if you want to get into Big Four, that's fine. But beside Big Four, there's a massive industry, like massive opportunities you can get into, right? So don't get caught up into that. Now, this is the Australia New Zealand side. What about other countries? I haven't been to America, so I'm not gonna make any bold statement. But they have AI CPA, they have American CPA, which is technically the way we sort of differentiate in here, CA and CPA. They have the American CPA, so that's all you have. You don't have any other sort of confusion point there. In Canada, that's pretty interesting. So they have CPA CA, CPA CMA, and CPA CGA, if I'm correct, right? Again, so CPA is like a one body, and under that there used to be, as far as I know, I hope I'm giving the right answer. Otherwise, if any of you guys from Canada, please drop in the comment section so other people can benefit it. I think there used to be CA, CMA, and CGA. So the CPA became the overarching body. And now the title, how after name you have CA, after name you have CPA. Now the title says CPA CA, CPA CMA, and CPA CGA. Again, I've heard from some people, there's some sort of like a hierarchy of CA is better, CA is harder, okay, CPA is after that, and CGA. Don't get caught into, again, doesn't matter which country you live in right now, whether you're in India, whether in Australia, New Zealand, America, Canada. If you really want to get into this, pick one, do it, complete it. That's the most important part. Okay, that is the most important part. Once you finish it, then things will open up, and you definitely can get into in many different options, in many different ways, right? So that's it for now. I'm gonna also drop a couple more videos on similar sort of topic. I'm gonna also talk about what about the traditional post-graduation in finance or accounting versus professional certification. So watch out for it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Well, you obviously haven't, because this is the first video I will be uploading in this channel, in my YouTube channel. So subscribe, stay with me. If you want to ask me any questions, feel free to ask me any questions. Thank you for today and this video, for watching, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully shortly. Thank you. Peace.